James Donmoyer. I'm the Executive Director of Lebanon County Commission on Drug and Alcohol Abuse. I'm here before you today to provide the board with an update on our heroin task force. Before I do that, I would like to inform you or update you about the forum that we had here in Lebanon. We had a public forum on September 17th. The forum took place at HAC in Lebanon, and we had well over 200 people attend. The event was put on by the Lebanon Daily News, and by all accounts, it went very well. So I wanted to let you know that that occurred, and it was a positive community response to what we were trying to do. The reason I'm here, like I said, is to talk about the heroin task force. It was really nice that our first task force meeting was the day after this public forum. And we had the meeting at our MHIDEI building, and we had roughly 33 to 35 people attend this. Went very well. We have a mixture of people that are involved in this task force. If there's someone in the community that you're aware of that should be maybe taking part or might want to participate, you can give them my name and number, and we'll include them in our group. We'll get their email and phone number and such, and try to include those folks as well.
Did Tito Valdez get hold of you? Is he interested?
Tito Valdez, that name does not ring a bell.
I had submitted it maybe a month or two ago.
There was a Tito. The last name's Blanken. I followed up. I had his phone number. I followed up a phone call to him, left a message, and he has not contacted me back.
Okay, because
so that's pending.
Right.
I don't recall his last name, but there's not.
I was a graduate of LDC, and that's where I got to know him. And I know he was really interested in this topic, and that's when I had him contact you. I wanted to make sure
Correct.
that he wasn't excluded.
He did contact me, but I'm also here to get your full support and get your endorsement for me as a county employee, being part of this task force and doing some of the things that I'm going to be doing on behalf of this commission. So that's why I'm here. The mission statement I'd like to read if I could. The mission statement: to form a partnership of community members in government and medical agencies dedicated to eliminating the abuse of heroin in our community, to educating the citizens of Lebanon County about the prevalence of the heroin problem, the signs and symptoms of addiction, and the resources available, to ending drug-related deaths and crime in our communities through public education, advocacy, media, law enforcement, and legislation. That's what our group came up with after our first meeting, and that's our mission statement as it stands. Everything's subject to change, but I mean, that kind of encompasses what we're about or what we want to be about. So as we evolve as a group, there may be occasion for me to come back here and keep you guys updated. Or
part of that motion that the county commissioners wholeheartedly support Jim in his efforts with that heroin task force. Phillips, you want to make the motion?
Sure. I'll make the motion as
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to accept the list of folks on the heroin task force as presented by Mr. Donmoyer, and also to give the full support of this board to Jim in coordinating and working with this heroin task force. It's very important to the community. So, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered, sir.
you know, one will definitely be treatment, one will definitely be law enforcement. So the four categories haven't been totally established, but we are going to break into committees and put people of like interests in committees that, you know, like I said, I'll be in the treatment group. There'll be people in the legislation group. So yeah, we did talk about that. That's going to happen. The group is already 30 plus, so the group is big as it stands now. I don't want to like have an open invite to anyone, so I don't want to throw out an open invite at this point in time. Let's see where the 30 people who attends and who participates, and see where our numbers are at, because if we split up into 4 groups, we're probably looking at 8 committee members in each committee. That's a lot of people at this point in time. I did say the more the merrier, but at some point it gets a little out of hand. So I don't want an open invitation for
Okay.